Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the results of a penetration test and expansion test on the 200 grain Accubond in a 308 Winchester. 1 month ago, I did a expansion and penetration test with the 178 grain ELDX, and I wanted to do the exact same test with this 200 grain Accubond. I'm pretty confident it will penetrate very well. The question is, will it expand at slower velocities? And that's what we're going to find out. Just like my ELDX test, I am using a 308 to simulate a 300 Winchester Magnum loaded with a 200 grain Accubond going 2,900 feet per second. And I want to simulate it hitting target at 2,000 feet per second. So with a 300 Win Mag, that's at 600 yards with this specific bullet. And so let me show you what I loaded the 200 grain with the 308. To simulate the 300 Win Mag at 600 yards, I loaded up the 308 Winchester with the 200 grain Accubond. Now, Nosler doesn't have any load data for the 200 grain Accubond for the 308. So I used Hornady's load data with their 200 grain ELDX. We're using Varget. I loaded 35 grains, and according to Hornady, it should be going around 2,100. So when we send it out to about 75 yards, I imagine the bullet should be going close to 2,000 feet per second. Here's my setup. Again, this is not the best medium to compare to game. Water is a bit heavy and dense, but it's what we're using. A month ago, I used the 178 ELDX in this 308, same load actually, and it went through 4 jugs, stopped in the 4th. So I'm hoping this does not go through 6 of them, but we're about to find out. So here is the 308 loaded with the 200 grain Accubond, obviously a reduced load, 35 grains of Varget. This bullet should be going around 2,100 out of the muzzle. Here's the rifle. It's a Savage with a 26-inch barrel, so the bullet could be going a little bit quicker. Then out there at 75 yards is where I'll be shooting. There is the first bottle. It does seem like it went to the right, it didn't go straight on. And I was really afraid of this. This bullet is very hard constructed, and it went through my emergency bottle. So now I gotta look through here to try to find the bullet. Wish me luck. Well, I've been here for about an hour looking for this Accubond bullet. Unfortunately, I'm not finding it. Poor planning by me. I should have brought more jugs and had some kind of backstop. I was afraid this thing was going to over-penetrate, and it seems it has. So, really disappointed that I can't find this bullet. Okay, back from the range. Again, I'm really sorry I couldn't find the bullet. Really disappointed by it. I really wanted to see how well it mushroomed and how well it held together and whether it actually expanded at all. It obviously penetrated extremely well, as it says, deep penetration. Fortunately, a little too much with that slow velocity. So I think we can come to a couple conclusions with this bullet. I think it is a very hard, well-constructed bullet that you either need to shoot in Magnum cartridges, or if you're going to shoot it in a standard size cartridge like a 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor 7mm 08, get a lighter bullet. So I would not recommend shooting a 200 grain bullet in a 308. These bullets, again, they're accurate, they hold together very well, but it just over-penetrated, and I'm afraid it didn't expand very well at those slower velocities. So I'm shooting these in my 300 Weatherby, this exact same 200 grain bullet, and it's going over 3,100 feet per second. And I don't plan to shoot game anything past 400 yards, so I think it will be a very good elk bullet out to 400 in my specific cartridge. So again, this is a shorter distance bullet, I believe, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.